what sexual sins will do for a nation, for an individual. God spoke to us through his word. And in the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. Some authorities are quoting that there be some between 30 and 55 sexually transmitted diseases. Some 1/3 of these are, by medical standards, incurable. There are infections like gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia, herpes, human papillomavirus, HIV, and on the list goes. There are over 4 million people today, we are told, with HIV in the world. In North America, I am told that there are some 50 million herpes cases and some 500 million worldwide. A lot of cancers are developed later on in life from the herpes viral infection and from the human papillomavirus. And yet, it seems like we are ignoring all the boundaries that the Creator God has put around this wonderful gift called sex. It is with this wonderful physiological drive that human pleasure is fulfilled within the context of marriage. And it is out of this also that the human race is perpetuated. But like everything else, fire, if it's found in the right place, can be very helpful. But fire can destroy. Water is a very wonderful commodity, but water in the wrong place can destroy us. Electricity is likewise. And there are many wonderful gifts. Gravity is a wonderful law. If I stay on the right side of gravity, I am kept attached to the earth. If, however, I violate the boundaries of gravity and jump out of an airplane 39,000 feet in the air, gravity that before was merciful has become merciless. It's the same with the moral laws of God. Built into those laws are our own fulfillment and happiness, but violating their boundaries carry the greatest curse, the stigma of guilt, and eventually we are taught about eternal destruction from the presence of God. God turned over lands of the Hittites, Amorites, and other ites to the nation of Israel. And in chapter 18 of Leviticus, and I recommend you read that whole chapter, I also recommend that you read the book of Proverbs. It's a wonderful book. It's a book of wisdom. It's addressed as a father speaking to a son. And someone must be authorized to speak into all our lives. In God speaking to Moses to protect the longevity of the nation of Israel, he told them, be careful to recognize that I am the Lord your God. And he said, according to the doings of the people in the land, you shall not do. And according to the doings of the people in the land to which I send you, you shall not do. He said, none of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him. Verse 6 of chapter 18 of Leviticus. To uncover their nakedness, I am the Lord. the nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother thou shalt not uncover. She is thy mother. And there are lots of incestuous relationships here that God warned us about. He said also in verse 19, also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her. That's adultery. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind, verse 22. It is abomination. This is homosexuality and lesbianism. Neither shalt thou defile thyself, or lie down to any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, nor in all these, for in all these nations, the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. So God cast out entire nations because of sexual defilement. We can try to legitimize what God has outlawed. It's like the United Nations trying to outlaw gravity. God's moral laws are fixed. And by making laws, we could not make what God says is wrong right. The Bible speaks of the land vomiting out its inhabitants. And so, ladies and gentlemen, God has endowed us with the drive of self-preservation, the drive of hunger, the drive of thirst, the drive of sex. But all these drives must be fulfilled within the boundaries and limits that God has ordained. Sex is not for love. Sex is for marriage. Marriage is honorable. The bed is undefiled. But adulterers and whoremongers, God shall judge. And God has fixed this in such a way that in the physical structure of the body, every human female came to earth with the body sealed up with a delicate membrane called the hymen. And the male has a delicate membrane called the prepuce. The prepuce of the male was cut in the act of circumcision, which connected the male to his accountability and responsibility to God to walk in God's ways. And God put that hymen in the female so that it become the token to be broken by the legitimate husband, the one that the father has given that woman to in marriage. It is to say, no one is supposed to enter here except they have been given the right of covenant. And ladies and gentlemen, there are tremendous present-day consequences. Some people are bringing forth 4, 5, 7, 8 children to so many different fathers and leave confusion, could not even take care of them. And the disaster of eternity, when God says no adulterer, in fact, adulterers and whoremongers you'll judge. I am calling you today to set your house in order, to fix the order of your life. Death is real. You and I could not avoid nor evade it. But after death, there's a judgment. But God has also put a conscience inside of us that tells us, go here, don't go here. And so whoever you are, Christ came to save, to change your direction, and to bring your drives again under the authority and control of the Spirit of God. Any man be in Christ is a new creature, and whatever God demands of us, He provides the redemptive grace for us to walk in it. You can do this. You who are a virgin, male or female, you can wait for marriage. And you should wait for marriage. And you who have been messed up, come as you are,